believe that this is finally the end. I'm gonna miss you so much, Lord Jean. Hey everyone, it's Sharana from Payroll Waits, and today I'm going to be reviewing To All the Boys, Always and Forever, which is currently streaming on the Netflix platform. This film is directed by Michael Fimignari. It stars Lana Condor, Noah Centineo. This is the final chapter, okay? We have finally come to the end of the road. It took everything in me not to just sing Boys to Men, but I'm going to get through this review. For those of you who are new to my channel, welcome, hello, so glad you came, I hope you stay. I'll tell you what I enjoyed about the film, what I didn't like about the film. It isn't worth your time watching or not on Netflix, where it's currently streaming. So let's get into what I actually enjoyed about To All the Boys. First and foremost, I love Lana Condor. She is just such a joy to watch on screen, but I really love seeing the evolution of who Laura Jean is as a character in this series. I love that her character challenges some of these tropes that we see in these teenage rom-coms, but I love that we finally get to see Laura Jean really coming into her own, because to be honest with you, full disclosure, I felt as though she was so consumed with what was happening between her and Peter that she sometimes forgot to put herself first. And I love that we really get to see that firsthand here in this final film, that we really get to see her try to figure out what makes her happy by herself. Like, how does Laura Jean exist outside of this fairy tale romance that she has with her and Peter? And I love that we get to explore that in the film while she's trying to figure out what is she going to do about college. But most importantly, this film feels more serious. It feels more realistic about what teenagers are going through in their senior year of college. Like, I was getting stressed out because it brought back all of the anxiety that I had when I was trying to figure out the million-dollar question of senior year. What college are you going to? What are you about to do with your life for the next 4 years? It's a very stressful time, and I think they did such a great job of really conveying the fears and the emotions that all of these characters are having throughout the course of the film as they're trying to map out the next stage in their life, like the true stage to adulthood. And I love that they just make it more realistic to what teenagers are going through, and I think that is something that anyone can relate to. For myself, who is far removed from being in college or being a senior in high school, but it literally brought all of those emotions back. I felt what Laura was going through. I felt what Peter was going through. I think they just did such a fantastic job of making these kids more relatable, but also too making them more mature at the same time. Now also too, I think that they do a really great job of balancing the secondary characters out, giving them a little bit more screen time than what we're used to. The story is still about Peter and Laura Jean, but I do think that we get to see more of them, and especially the sisters. Kitty, y'all, Kitty is really disrespectful and shady, and I'm here for every single moment of it in this film. She was one of my favorite characters to watch, but I love that they continue to show this beautiful sisterly bond that these young women have, but also too, Kitty is older now. Kitty, you know, Kitty been going through some experience too in this film, and she has some advice that she can give Laura Jean as she's really trying to navigate her life, what she's going to do about college, but also to navigate throughout her relationship with Peter. But I do want to give Noah Centineo props for his character in this series. You know, I've seen a lot of growth in Peter from the first film to where we are now. I'm not going to lie to you. There are still moments in this film that Peter's going to get on your nerves. You're going to be like, Peter, sir, I thought we had growth, and I feel like you're just going in the wrong direction, okay? But I love that with his character, we get to see a more serious side of Peter. That we see Peter deal with some of the issues, some of the old wounds that he has had in his past, some things that we've seen in the first and the second film, but also too how not healing those wounds, not trying to make amends with family or friends, how that can really hurt your relationships or really bring up issues within your relationships that you might not have noticed if you didn't deal with your baggage. And I love that we get to see a young man be able to take control of his life, but also to take control of some of the things that have hurt him in the past and really learn to deal with it so he can move forward on a clean slate. I think that's something that we really don't get to see as much. And I love that we're continuing to see young men work through, you know, their own healing, work through their own baggage. I think that that's something that we need to see more and more of, and especially with these grown men as well. But also too, I do like that with Laura Jean, we get to see her deal a little bit more with, it's not as much, but I do like that there's a scene that happens where, you know, Laura Jean, like, she gets to talk about how she feels, you know, being Asian American, how there's some issues or there's things that she still has to work out or things that she struggles with. I like that we get to see her thinking like that, because the representation matters to see someone like that on screen, but it matters even deeper to see someone who is having the same issues as you, people who struggle with their cultural identity in America. I think that that's something that we need to see even more of. And I love that even though it's not as long as I would have loved to see it, I like that that's something that they decided to bring to the forefront as well. But also too, I just really love that, you know, we get to see these teenagers really work through some heavy issues, really get to work through, you know, what is going to be happening at the next step of their lives, but it doesn't take away from the main reasons of why you initially fell in love with Laura Jean and Peter. I think that their characters, even though they've grown so much from where we've seen them in the first film to the final film, we still want to root for these characters. We see that there's conflict that arises in their relationship, but we still want to make sure not only that they're okay, but they're okay as a couple. And I think they do a really great job of, you know, they still balance some of the cliches into it, but really challenging those norms of, you know, boy meets girl, girl falls in love with boy, girl does everything to keep the boy forever. But it's like, girl, she got to put herself first sometimes. And so I think they do such a great job with this film of balancing those tropes that we see, but still making us feel like we're in this fairy tale romance, but with real issues that everyone, no matter what age, can seriously relate to. And so I had a really good time watching To All the Boys Always and Forever. I think that it was a very satisfying end to these three films. Low-key, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I mean, can we get like a, where is Peter and Laura Jean now? Like, can we just get like an update? Like, where are they now? How are they doing in life? We can do a time jump. Everybody else is doing time jumps. I'm totally here for it. But if this does have to be the final film of the trilogy, I had a really good time. I laughed, I cried, I got upset, then I got happy again and upset it again and happy again and upset. See, y'all thought I was gonna spoil something for you, but y'all not gonna get it out of me. This is going to be spoiler free. But what I would tell you guys to do with you and your time this weekend, you should definitely watch To All the Boys Always and Forever. You're gonna get good sisterly love. You're gonna get that young adult romance, but we're gonna like tear down some of those tropes, sprinkle a little bit of the cliches, but really break down these walls and give the crowd something new. Lana is just so fantastic. I can't wait to see her do even more, okay? Because you deserve, honey. And Noah, I'm really excited for where he's going in his career as well, participating in Black Adam. But I think they both gave really great performances. I had a great time. I'm so sad that this has to come to an end. But those are my thoughts on To All the Boys Always and Forever. As always, my name is Sharona from Payroll Waits, and if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and make sure you hit the notification bell. And I love you guys 3000. And until I see you again.